Everyone speaks about the positive, transformational parts of spirituality.
But the dark side and tough moments are often dismissed until now.
If you're someone who's experiencing challenges, confusion, or just feeling a little off and looking for some direction and answers, then this video will be perfect for you.
We want to reassure you, we've been there and know exactly how you feel.
We often see spirituality shown as sunshine and roses, with people saying you can manifest your dreams with ease.
Or just meditate and all your issues will be solved.
Or my personal favorite, all you need to do is this one technique to change your life.
But let's get real and talk about what you're really going to experience in a true spiritual awakening.
The timestamps are in the description below, but stay tuned to the end because each of these points are equally as important as the next. I'm Saga.
And I'm Manpreet. Let's get into it.
Number 1 is the dark night of the soul.
A spiritual awakening often occurs when we're going through an intense moment of pain, anguish, or a traumatic moment. It's usually something that shakes us deep in our core and leaves us with no choice but to surrender to the universe or a higher power.
Whether it's the tragic loss of someone close to us, a separation of some kind, bankruptcy, or a diagnosis of a health condition, these moments can really take us into a dark place.
It's in these moments of intense pain that we experience emotional turmoil. Our mind often races, we worry if life will ever get better, and we feel helpless. It's almost like a moment of desperation when we finally stop what we're doing and begin to evaluate our life.
For example, when my father passed away suddenly, it was a real turning point for me.
For me, I had big challenges with my family, making me feel lost and not sure where to go in life.
In the moment, it can be very difficult to recognize that this pain has a purpose. But trust me, it does have a purpose. When you're in the pain, you've got to feel it and experience it. I know it sounds crazy. I mean, who wants to experience pain willingly, right?
But we've discovered that the pain is necessary in order for us to make a change and awaken. And one day you'll realize that it had to happen that way.
We recognize that some traumatic experiences are so deep that it can be difficult to look at it that way. But just be patient and know that your healing will transform your life.
The dark night of the soul is the turning point in our lives. This is where everything begins to change. Before the traumatic experience, perhaps we've been unconscious and asleep for so long that the universe needed to give us something that would shake us into awakening.
Point number 2, the ego battle. Imagine a boxing match and you've paid for front row seats to watch it. And as you look up, you realize it's you versus you.
Fight.
The ego is the part of us that gives us a false sense of self. It rules us. We identify solely with the ego and its demands.
Our sense of self-worth can be linked to our career, material possessions, or even our looks and relationship status.
Look at how good looking I am. I mean, just look at me. Haha, tricked you. That's the ego.
I want to climb up the corporate ladder so I can be better than everyone else. That's also the ego.
Now, if you can relate to this, don't worry, we have all been there. It's actually pretty normal. But in our spiritual journey, the battle is actually realizing that these are insignificant and unimportant.
It can sometimes feel like an identity crisis because we've been attached to these things for so long without actually questioning who we really are.
Another example of ego is actually blaming yourself for things that were never in your control. The ego might say, maybe I deserve this. I must have done something for this to happen. Maybe this is my destiny. My life will never change.
On the flip side, the ego can also cause us to play the victim game. For example, the weather made me so angry today. I mean, it is only a bit of rain. Or it's full moon, so I'm allowed to behave this way.
And these battles happen so often until we become conscious of it. So you see, the entire battle is becoming conscious of this ego mentality and realizing that you have the capacity to change your situation and narrative. The ego battle ends with self-realization.
The question is, who's going to win today? You or the ego?
Number 3, relationship issues and isolation.
If it hasn't got deep already, it's about to get deeper.
As you start to awaken the light within you, your recognition of your relationships comes up to the surface. There are many different types of relationships, but we're going to focus on family and friends. I know you might be curious to figure out your relationship with your cat, but not sure if we can help with that one.
Let's start with our families. this is a touchy one for sure. You might be one of the lucky ones who've had an amazing, close-knit family, but this might not be the case for everyone. Many of us have been brought up with dysfunction, disconnection, and drama. If you seem to feel like you're very different from your family, you're the chosen one.
It's often a huge battle when you're up against a family that is unconscious in their behavior when you are awakening. The anger, manipulation, and toxicity are no longer something that you want to experience. This divide sometimes causes rifts and separation. Whilst these experiences are painful, it can help us understand who we want to be and create positive changes for the next generation.
It has been said that within each family, there is always one within the lineage that will be born to stop the generational trauma and not only heal themselves, but also those that have come before and those who come after.
Next is friendships. Your friendship circle before and after your awakening usually feels miles apart.
You are no longer interested in petty conversations like gossip, judgment, and general negativity. Within certain groups, there is jealousy and competition. For example, when you're doing well, your friends might stay silent.
And when you are going through a hard time, they may use that as an opportunity to make you feel worse or demonstrate a lack of compassion. When you're awakening, you start to become aware that these friendships are not serving your vibration and they do not add any value to your life.
You might find yourself naturally drifting away from these people, or they cut themselves out of your life for random reasons, which really is a blessing in disguise.
These so-called friends need to go for you to attract your soul circle. These friendships have a much deeper foundation, which offer love, growth, and encouragement. In this friendship group, you feel comfortable and can be your true, authentic self.
You know you've got good friends when your conversations change from, "Did you see this person wear that ugly outfit?" to, "Do aliens exist?"
Or, "They don't deserve that new job," to, "I'm so excited to see where your business goes."
In the transition period where you're losing friends and family, it can feel hurtful and lonely. These losses can create isolation, but know that it's not permanent.
You can use this time to reflect and go deeper into your healing journey. The space is also required for you to manifest new loving relationships that are for your highest good.
Number 4, fear of the unknown.
This is not quite like being scared of the dark.
As you awaken, you find yourself at difficult crossroads and making hard decisions. Sometimes you have no idea what to do and can feel completely lost. This feeling is overwhelming, and when making a decision, you don't know if it's the right one and what the outcome will be.
The fear of not knowing can be all-encompassing. The honest answer is, you don't know and you never will know. But there is an aspect of trust that plays into this.
What you trust is the universe. It requires you to truly let go of control, trust your intuition, and have faith that what you choose will work out for you. And trust me, it always does. Even if it feels like everything is falling apart, it's actually coming together.
There is an Abraham Hicks teaching that I live by, and it goes, when you need to make a difficult decision, ask yourself, what feels better to me right now, this or this? For me, when I decided to leave home, I didn't know if it was the right thing to do. It was scary and I had no idea what the long-term outcome would be. But in that moment, I took a deep breath and had to decide what was right for me. I knew I was being spiritually guided and trusted the universe to look after me.
The fear of the unknown is real, but we must learn to transmute it in order to change the direction of our lives. The universe works in magical ways. We must remember that we are always protected, and if we believe that things will get better, they will.
If you stayed with us so far, firstly, thank you, but you're about to enter the rabbit hole because the final point is dark truth.
The next time you turn on the TV, pay close attention to the adverts. It's mainly medication, unhealthy foods, toxic cleaning products, poverty, climate change, and animal extinction.
Take a look at the music videos of popular songs. Do they seem a bit odd? Pay attention to the lyrics. They aren't very high vibrational, are they?
Does Western medicine actually heal you, or is it a way to mask your symptoms and keep you constantly taking medication?
Is the schooling system opening minds or conditioning them for a set future?
Now hold on, I know what you're thinking. Come on guys, take off that tinfoil hat. This is not a conspiracy video.
But once you awaken, we start paying attention to the world we are born into. Eventually we realize that these conspiracies aren't actually conspiracies.
We realize that the system has been designed this way by purpose, to keep us numb and away from recognizing our true divine nature, because a society that is awakened can no longer be controlled.
As we start going down the rabbit hole, we discover a lot of dark truth, which can be a difficult pill to swallow and hard to believe. But knowing the truth is important because you now know the sort of world you want to leave behind and what sort of world you want to create.
It's important to have an awareness of what is actually happening in the world so you can make better informed decisions. For example, you might choose to not eat at certain restaurants, or my personal favorite, use fluoride-free toothpaste.
We decided to go vegan after researching the food industry and how dairy and meat actually gets to our plate. Now, I'm not saying go vegan.
It's easy for this information to consume and upset you because once you know the truth, you cannot go back from knowing it. But the best way is to just have the awareness and then choose to do better and help where you can to create a better world for everyone.
So there you have it, the dark side of spiritual awakening that no one talks about. It's not all pretty, but know that these points are important to us awakening to our divine nature and spiritual growth.
If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment below, like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.